Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of Jukebox. I'm Hayden Grace, and I have Aiden Hanks here with me today, and we are going to be doing Song of the Week. Now, this is Aiden's very first Song of the Week.
It is.
So, why don't we start off talking about your song? It is called Blizzard by Erdling. He was telling me to say it with the back of the throat because it's German.
Mm-hmm.
Very German.
Yes. I listen to a lot of German music.
This song that he gave me to listen to this week is German metal.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Would you classify it as that?
It's called New Deutsche Hart. It's part of a movement from back in the 90s.
See, this is why I love this segment, is because I don't know if I would have ever found this song without it being recommended to me. I obviously didn't. The lyrics are all in German, let me preface. So I did not understand a word that was being spoken, but it was fabulous. It was something that my ears were not expecting. So that was a nice little refresher for me. Tell me about why you picked this song.
So, Erdling is a band that I don't think anyone in the United States knows about ever. I don't even know about them. I've been listening to this song a lot this winter, especially since it's so cold out. And just, again, I don't know what the lyrics mean either because it's all in German. I don't speak German, but I love how it just feels like you're marching through a snowstorm as you hear it because you can kind of understand some like icy cold words, and it just gives me that drive to like walk to class through the negative a million degrees out.
Yeah, that was a perfect song for today. I would like to think that my song is maybe not as hardcore, but I chose Woods by Mac Miller, which I think is a classic little chill little vibe no matter what mood you're in. But I'm interested to hear your thoughts because this was a stark difference from your song.
Yeah, I never really listened to Mac Miller. I liked the song. I thought the vibe was good. I thought the production was great. I feel like I would definitely listen to that track if I was like studying or just chilling. I'm sorry, I really don't like Mac Miller's voice. I don't know why. I just hate it so much. I think the track's great.
That is an opinion I have not heard before, actually.
Except for the parts where he was rapping or singing or whatever he was doing. I wasn't paying attention. I was just listening to the beat.
Can we speak to his rhythm, though? I mean, you may not like his voice, but you have to admit that maybe you vibed with the vibe, you know?
I definitely thought the drums were good and the backtrack was great. I really enjoyed that part, for sure.
Could you see yourself listening to more Mac Miller in the future? Because he has a lot of different vibes of his music. I mean, I would like to hear a couple more songs from Erdling, if that's how you say it. It's, again, German, and I'm really sorry to anybody who knows how to pronounce that correctly, but would you perhaps be open to expanding yourself to other Mac Miller music?
You know, maybe. I did love the production. Like, I don't want to just totally rag on the song. I did love the production. I thought it was excellent. He's just got that whiny white boy voice that I can't get over, and I don't understand why I hate it, but I do. So I'm sorry. But
no, that's okay.
I'm certainly willing to try more.
That's why we do this segment. And I'm glad that you were on it to experience it today. We are going to send it over to music recommendations from Jolie.
5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I couldn't make it any harder to love me right now. There's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. And now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight, and I need you more than ever.
You mean the world to me. Oh, I know.
My left stroke just went viral.
Right stroke, put little baby in a spiral.
Hear what I say. We are the business today. Fuck shit is finished today. RT&J, need a new PB&J.
My daddy said trust no man but your brothers, and never leave your day ones in the gutter.
New Kung Fu Kitty.
Throw a steak off the ark to a pool full of sharks, he'll take it. Leave him in the wilderness with a sworn nemesis. He'll make it.
If it brings me to my knees, it's a bad religion.
Don't make a sound. Make a sound. It's my mama house. Girl, lay your body down on that fucking.
Love me for me. Can you love me for me? Only ones ever saw me for me. Love me for me.
Feel like a brand new person.
I might swerve in that corner, whoa, whoa, bitch, hold on.
Who got it? No boo. Clear shade Cartiers because I'm kinda skeptical. I pulled up in a Spectra and I just cost the spectacle.
I dropped the 4 in the lifting tee. More green on me than a tree in dispensary. Temper shorter than mini me. My biscuit.
Under the double-decker bus crashes into us. Eating words beyond the pages. In every scene, it's me and my girl. Who's gonna hold it down when you lose? And when I'm back in Chicago, I see red. I've been writing letters on the wall. I hope one day you'll see them all. Are you laughing at a dream, baby? Tossing, turning in our sheets lately. The lights were wrong. The mood was right. She came and laid with me.
5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What is up, everyone? Today we're going to be reviewing some of our 2025 music ins and outs. I'm Katie,
I'm Taylor.
And I'm Joe.
and this is Music Ins and Outs.
Who wants to start?
I think this one wants to start.
All right, so my first in is UK Garage. I have been really trying to look for some UK Garage recently. Both my brother and I have been on it, and I've been searching. I've just searched up on Spotify at some point, UK Garage playlist, and I love it. I've been, like, if I'm at a pregame, if I'm at my house, if I'm in a car driving to wherever, I'm gonna have it on, because I don't know, I like it. And it's rhythmic, the drums are nice.
Solid pick.
Is it just sounds or is there like words to it? Like,
You know, there are vocal chops, but besides that,
Okay.
not really.
I'm not even positive I know what that means.
is it giving like remix or no?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
It's kind of like house.
Okay, one of my ins was remixes. I think we should bring
Really?
them back.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they can be overstimulating sometimes, but I think if you find the right one, it'll change your life.
Yeah.
Like "Born to Die" by Lana Del Rey, the Woodkid and the Shoes remix. I think I've sent you before.
Is that the one with
but-
the just like snare
yeah,
drum?
it's like bump. But
Yeah,
it's
that's really
actually
good.
really good. And honestly, kind of like it better than the original sometimes. So.
Wow.
And then there's also "Guns in the Sky" by INXS, and it was Kookaburra mix I found today actually.
Wow.
Some really fun drums, but I think you should just like look up songs and remixes.
Yeah.
And I think they should come back.
I agree. It's very like a late 2000s thing to
Yeah.
do, but I agree.
Yeah.
My first in was listening to music videos for hours on end. Like having days that are just dedicated to sitting down and watching music videos. And I say this because when I was a kid, like my number one favorite thing to do was Katy Perry music videos. Just like watch them. I'm thinking like part of me that went triple platinum in my household. But I think we need to bring back really dissecting music videos.
I want to co-sign this.
Okay.
In 2022, I probably spent on just an absolutely insane amount of time sitting there listening to music videos, and it was something that I loved. It got me into like video myself, and yeah, I love it.
See, I wasn't watching like music videos, but I like live performances on YouTube.
Yeah.
I go like down rabbit holes. And
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got like huge playlists. They're so fun.
I was just on a boiler room rabbit hole.
I don't know boiler room. Yeah.
You gotta tap in.
Okay. Okay, so that was one of your ins?
That was one of my, kind of one of my ins. I'm gonna move on to my next in.
Okay.
Indie sleaze. This genre has been huge recently, but I'm gonna start to give some background. Indie sleaze was a movement in the early 2000s, kind of around like 2008 maybe, and they like pretty much they said, oh, the economy sucks, let's just party through it, and that's the central mindset of this movement. And it comes with a lot of differing music, but a very specific style of just like this early 2000s look. And a new genre or subgenre of this music has come back, which I really love. It's been really like electronic, kind of what Charlie XCX is doing right now, and a lot of adjacent artists, and it's been super hot. I've been super into it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all for the indie sleaze.
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
Did you have another in?
Yeah, I do. My second in was deeply analyzing and aligning yourself with movie soundtracks. And I think Taylor would actually agree with me on this one. Best movie soundtrack of all time, in my opinion, is Call Me By Your Name. And then I also thought about Lady Bird because that one has a great soundtrack too.
That one is good.
But I always, whenever I think soundtrack, I always think Call Me By Your Name. And there's some new, some old, there's some like Sufjan Stevens songs that were written. Yes! But yeah, it just has a little bit of everything.
That's my most prized like vinyl is
I know,
Call Me By Your
I'm
Name
so really
soundtrack
jealous that you have that.
on peach colored.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it up though and go to our outs. One of my outs is Ticketmaster. I think Ticketmaster should be exiled. Like actually, the Jack White concert, I don't want to talk about it, but I have strong hatred towards Ticketmaster, and I wanted to put it out there.
Okay.
So I don't know if anyone else
Speak
feels the same,
your mind,
but I can never get a ticket on it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever. I was never the Ticketmaster warrior of my friends.
I'll never be.
Never put myself through that. Do you have any outs?
It's not me. I'm gonna start off with my first out.
Okay.
The phrase "he made graduation," it needs to go. Kanye's acts on Twitter have been kind of insane recently, and I just think we just can't defend him anymore, you know? And it's at a point where he doesn't make good music. His political takes are insane. You know, his fashion sense is, it's okay. You know, like, is Kanye really that guy anymore? He's just not. And I think it should just leave entirely.
I used to be a big Kanye fan, but after all the stuff that like a big fan.
Okay.
I loved Graduation, but I don't listen to him anymore, actually, like, at all, so.
You've changed.
But I used to love his stuff. But I would agree with that. I don't think we should give him any, like, platform attention.
Definitely not.
Yeah. And then another one of my outs was, I was calling it Secret Shazamin'.
I love that.
And I think there's no shame in Shazam, but like I think people should just start asking what's playing instead of Shazamming it secretly, which I am guilty of doing at like a record store because I don't want to ask the record.
Yeah, at a record store it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah,
like,
but I think it shouldn't be. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
I think that should go out.
I agree. One of my outs was refusing to listen to new music, and not really like refusing, but I'm just so bad because people will send me a song. They're like, oh, this reminds me of something you liked. And I'm like, yeah, I'll add it to my like songs and I'll listen to it later. And then I probably will never listen to it unless someone's like shoving it down my throat. But I'm always grateful when I do. I'm always like, oh my gosh, they thought of me and this is such a good song. But I just can't bring myself to do it.
I feel like it's hard sometimes listening to songs that people recommend you because you want to, but it's also like sometimes you just find stuff on your own.
All right, now we're gonna go see some Tyler concert recap.
Yeah.
All right, bye guys.
Hello, everybody. I'm Alexandria.
I'm Jonah.
And we are going over the new songs on the deluxe edition of Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet. So if we just want to jump right into it, the first new song is 15 Minutes. What did you think?
I thought it was fine. It was not my favorite of the deluxe songs, but you know what? It was good enough.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I really liked the intro with that like 80s like synth sound that she had going on. Like it was just really fun and it got me like really like pumped up for the song. So I think it was a really good way to start out the new songs on the album. And the bridge was also really good. I really liked that as well. It was that kind of like talk singing, but like done in like a really good way, because I feel like sometimes when it comes to talk singing, it can be done really poorly.
You either do it well or you do it poorly.
Yeah,
and she did it well.
And she did it really well.
For sure.
I also thought it was interesting because I was reading up a bit about it on Genius to see if there were any like lyrics that stood out to me or anything. And I was reading the about of the song, and it actually pointed out that the runtime of the new songs on the track is 15 minutes. It's around 15 minutes. And then it also mentioned that it could be in reference to the 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. I love it when artists are clever with their song
I feel
titles.
like it was definitely the latter, though, and not that she timed it out perfectly.
Well, it could have been. Who knows? Who knows? But moving on a bit more, we've got the one that I feel like we were all anticipating, Please, Please, Please with Dolly Parton.
You can see my smile. This was my favorite.
So
I wish the sound at the chorus was mixed a little better, because I felt like Sabrina was overpowering.
Yes, that was a note I'd had as well. I wished Dolly had more solos than just the one verse she had, because it didn't feel like it was Sabrina and Dolly. It felt like Sabrina. And Dolly's kind of there in the background.
And here she is for a few seconds.
Yeah, so I wish there was more Dolly in it, but
Agreed.
I was so looking forward to
know.
it. I was so excited. I'm such a big Dolly fan.
Me too. And the country, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And then afterwards, I was like, I like this.
No, I really enjoyed it. And I feel like it tied in well because later on in the new songs, I think the last
Bad Reviews,
one,
yeah.
Bad Reviews, also kind of had like a little country twang to it. So I feel like it tied it in nicely. But I was surprised with how well Sabrina and Dolly's voices worked together. Because Dolly has such a distinctive voice that I feel like it can be very hard to mix with. And I think the two of them mixed together really, really well.
I was very surprised because I was like, oh, you're going to easily be able to tell who's who when they're singing, and it's not going to work, and it worked.
It did, yeah. And I have to talk about the music video.
Yeah.
Because that music video, it was so cute.
Chef's kiss.
Like, it was giving, like, Thelma and Louise, just, like, two friends in a car, and then, like, the subtle points towards the original Please, Please, Please music video. I felt like it was executed so well, and I know everyone was so excited to see Dolly in it, and I feel like a lot of people were a little hesitant about it, too, because it was either going to be really good or it would not work. So, the next one.
The sad one.
The sad one.
That's how I'm referring to it. Maybe it's just because I like sad music, but I really liked this one. I thought it flowed nice. It had like a nice calmer vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I loved how it was like, because a lot of that album is very like upbeat, lots of instruments, lots of electronic elements. Like there's just a lot going on in the album. So I really liked how it was very like stripped back. It was slowed. It was more focused on the guitar than any other instrument. And I felt like it was Sabrina's version of Hopelessly Devoted from Grease.
Interesting. I like that.
Like, I was listening to it and I was like, this reminds me of Hopelessly Devoted.
I didn't think that, but I totally see it now.
Yeah, because it's like that slow, like, yearning feeling that you get with the song. And it just fit her voice so well.
It did.
And the lyrics were great. It really encapsulated how a bad relationship can really harden you to being open to a new relationship and how it feels to like completely be outside of the relationship emotionally.
Well, last week on the show, I talked about my like go-to breakup songs, and I was like, I wish I had heard this before because that would have been in there easily.
Yeah. The second to last new song is Busy Woman. It was okay. It was a good song. I enjoyed the song itself, but there's nothing to note about it.
It didn't stand out for me in any way. I was like, it's good, but I'm not gonna instantly put this on when I get in the car.
Yeah, it's like it blended in with the rest of the album, and it's not one that like you'd listen to it and be like, oh yeah, it's this song. It's like, oh, this might have been from this album, but it wasn't identifiable as a song itself. But the chorus was really good. I did enjoy the chorus.
Yeah, it's not something like I would sing like, please, please, please. I can whip that out because I know it, but this is like, oh, how does it go again?
Yeah, you know the tune, you don't know the words. And then finally, we've got Bad Reviews. And that kind of went back to the country twang that Please,
Yeah.
Please, Please had. I really liked this song.
I
thought it was really cute. I mean, again, it kind of blended in with the rest of the album, but I think it served its purpose.
Exactly.
And I loved that it was in her lower register because she doesn't use that enough.
Yeah.
But that is it that we had about the short and sweet deluxe version. And we are on to Ladies of the 80s.
Hello, everyone. This is Ladies of the 80s. I'm Katie, and I'm here with...
I'm Hayden Grace.
And I'm Peyton. Yeah, and we have got, I don't think it's going to be hot takes, but maybe some takes that we need to bring back in the year of our Lord 2025.
Yeah.
That's
the best way to put
it. That was well put, Katie.
Yeah. So I think we're all going to share like a standout first. I'll go first. My standout is Baby Lestrange by Heart. Came out in 1980. It's a very I want to say it has spooky vibes, but not a spooky sound. And it's very much so it has a rock sound, a very cool 80s sound. I love the 80s sound, and I always associate that with synth. And I feel this isn't a super synthy song, but I feel people know Heart for Barracuda.
Yes.
And this is similar vibes to Barracuda, but I love Heart's sound, and even though it's kind of late 70s, I think it bleeds over into
I like how
the
they're
80s.
really rock.
Yeah, they are really rock.
And they can be
I enjoy that.
I don't know, just awesome.
Yeah.
I just want to say, when we were all talking about this idea, Heart was one of the bands that we first thought of when we were ladies of the 80s. Did not realize Dreamboat Annie came out in late 70s.
Yeah.
That's my bad. But they still count. Maybe we bring it back for ladies of the 70s.
We still that would
Prequel,
be
sequel.
another good idea.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little crazy moment there.
Right,
but
right.
What was your song?
Mine?
Yeah.
My standout song, I know we've talked about her, oddly enough, 4 times today, which I didn't realize, but Hopelessly Devoted by Olivia Newton-John. You just guys, she's America's sweetheart.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loves her.
Fresh off
Grease.
Grease.
Yeah.
I was listening to the Grease theme song yesterday
Really?
by Frankie Valli. It's so good.
It's my dad's favorite movie. However, I don't love it very much.
that's
I
okay.
have had to watch it a million times, I feel. But I think specifically this song he did not like. This movie.
He didn't like Hopelessly Devoted?
But she's so lovable.
Exactly. I don't get
you?
it. This part will come on in the movie, and he's like, "Oh my God, just somebody get her
Also,
off the
she
screen."
shreds that up.
I know.
Right,
She's
with
so good
the
at
pond
it.
or wherever she's reflecting on
Yeah,
her.
he hates that pond part.
Oh my God.
I
That
don't I
grabs
don't
me.
get it.
I like that. I felt stirred by that.
Yeah, it tugs at the heartstrings a little bit, but Hayden, what was yours?
My song is Vogue.
Vogue?
Come on, Vogue.
By Madonna. That came out in 1989.
Okay.
So pretty much, this song set the tone for the 90s. Actually, I just watched, I think it was a VMAs or Grammys performance of Madonna performing Vogue.
That's so
and
cool.
it was, guys, I mean, we think we have Sabrina Carpenter and stuff good now.
Yeah.
No. She was the OG. She was the blueprint.
Right.
We also talked about this song.
I think
She walked so they could run.
Seriously.
Or is it the other way around?
Yes.
Yeah. Who knows?
She walked so we could Vogue.
True.
Yes. Down
I think Vogue set the tone for this
down
segment,
the concert
actually.
runway.
That was what inspired me.
It did.
Because you were saying this, you listen to Vogue when you walk to class or whatever, and it always, pumps you up. And I totally feel the same way.
It's how could you not listen to this song and just want to strut your stuff? I don't know.
Literally
But,
strut your stuff.
Literally.
Strut the stuff.
All right, well, those are our top 3 songs from the 80s.
Yes.
Glad you guys got to hear it.
Thanks.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Jukebox News Flash, where we will be recounting the top music news stories from the past week. I'm Virginia.
And I'm Peyton. On Tuesday, rapper A$AP Rocky was found not guilty of felony assault with a firearm in November 2021. Rocky fired 2 shots with a handgun at former friend A$AP Relly in Hollywood. The defense argued that Rocky fired blanks from a prop gun he carried for security. Jurors were also told that they could find the rapper not guilty if they believed he acted in self-defense. Rocky, whose government name is Rakeem Mayers, immediately ran into the arms of his partner and mother of his children, Rihanna. "Thank y'all for saving my life," the 36-year-old said as jurors left the courtroom.
Over the past 2 weeks, several entertainers have announced that they are severing ties with John F. Kennedy Performing Arts Center in Washington, D.C., now that President Trump has assumed chairmanship of the organization. Screenwriter Shonda Rhimes, known for her work on shows such as Grey's Anatomy and Bridgerton, posted a screenshot of media report about her departure from the board on Instagram. Actress and producer Issa Rae, who created and starred in HBO's Insecure, also announced on Instagram that she was canceling her upcoming sold-out appearance.
Yesterday, on an episode of Vanity Fair's Lie Detector Test, Lady Gaga teased a sequel to the Telephone music video starring herself and Beyoncé. Gaga was almost immediately asked about fulfilling her promise of a "to be continued," as she mentioned in the video. She gave a cautious yes when asked if the sequel would ever be completed, but paused before admitting, "I don't know," after being asked when. Gaga's 7th studio album, Mayhem, is slated for release on March 7th.
On Sunday, the highly anticipated SNL 50th Anniversary special aired on NBC. The production featured cameos from past members and musical guests alike, such as John Mulaney, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Paul McCartney. Executive producer Lorne Michaels made the decision to open the show with an understated performance from Sabrina Carpenter and Paul Simon singing Homeward Bound, which Simon had first performed with George Harrison on SNL in 1976.
This week, Coal Miner's Daughter debuted on Broadway. Country icon Loretta Lynn's life story is highlighted and retold in this adaptation of the 1980 film of the same title, which stems from Lynn's signature song of the same name. Sutton Foster, who had been featured in Broadway productions such as Sweeney Todd and Funny Girl, stars as the singer, whose casting was approved by Lynn herself before her death in 2022.
Now here's some new releases coming out tomorrow on Friday, February 21st. Pop star Tate McRae's 3rd studio album, So Close to What, Sam Fender's album, People Watching, Don Toliver and BTS member J-Hope's single produced by Pharrell Williams titled LV Bag, Burna Boy's single Update, and Marina of Marina and the Diamonds' Butterfly, her first release in 4 years.
That's all for Jayhawk Jukebox this week. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again next Thursday. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Jayhawk Jukebox and catch these clips on our YouTube channel, also called Jayhawk Jukebox.
Have a great weekend, Jayhawks. Bye.